Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh, and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, also leave your opinions in the comment section below. President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday met with the sole administrator of Rivers State, Vice Admiral Ibok-Ete Ibas, retired, at the presidential villa in Abuja in a closed-door session that lasted over 2 hours, just as the emergency rule imposed on the oil-rich state winds down in days. The meeting comes barely 2 weeks before the September 18 expiration of a 6-month state of emergency, which was declared by the president on March 18, following the protracted crisis that rocked the state. During the nationwide broadcast that announced the measure, Tinubu had suspended Governor Siminalayi Fubara, his deputy Ngozi Odu, and all members of the State House of Assembly for 6 months, citing Section 305 of the 1999 Constitution to justify the drastic intervention. The president then appointed Ibas, a former chief of naval staff, to administrate the state's affairs for an initial period of 6 months, with a mandate to restore order and prevent a breakdown of governance. While details of Wednesday's parley were not disclosed, sources around the presidential villa said the discussions focused on transition arrangements, security updates, and steps towards a possible handover as the emergency period lapses. The Rivers political crisis, which had degenerated into violent clashes, legislative paralysis, and threats to public order, prompted Tinubu's proclamation at the time. The emergency rule effectively vested executive and legislative powers of a state in the presidency through Ibas. Let's have your total new opinions in the comment section below. Do you think that there would be an extension of a 6 months, or do you think that Ibas is going to be handing over to Fubara on September 18? What are your thoughts on that, guys? Let's have them in the comment section below. Before we go, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. Everything that has a beginning, sure under the heaven, have an end. Even if Tinubu extends it as he wishes, it will surely come to an end, just like his presidency will surely someday too come to an end. Only fools think political power is forever. Amino says the emergency rule declared by the president was an unfortunate incident on our democracy, where terrorists and bandits kill innocent men, women, and children in hundreds on a daily basis, is not considered for emergency rule. This only shows that the executive do not have regard for what is sworn to protect: human lives and property. The idea of fulfilling an individual's desire and bids over and above a state interest is not just callous but irresponsible. States like Benue, Katsina, Zamfara, Niger, where terrorists and bandits are killing innocent people on a daily basis, is not considered for emergency rule because of political sentiments. Democracy and politicizing are for human beings and not cows. Another comment that I want to take a look at is a comment from Yakubu. Yakubu says, it is highly erroneous for the publisher of this article to assert and misinform the respected reading audience of these social media outlets that the political crisis in Rivers State degenerated to violent clashes, legislative paralysis, and threat of public peace. Please, didn't it degenerate when militants started bombing pipelines? Didn't it degenerate? So what are you trying to prove? I don't get. Were we all not in Nigeria when it happened? Or have you read the relevant sections of the Constitution to see where the political upheaval in Rivers State warranted a declaration of a state of emergency? Or are you afraid of stating that it was orchestrated by the powerful powers that be to declare Rivers State an APC-controlled state through hook and crook strategy? The truth shall surely surface one day. Of course, it will. Another comment here says, but at least normalcy has been restored in Rivers State. Fidelis says, the sole administrator has done your bidding and executed the job as he was instructed or detailed to do. Mary Ibe says, the Mr. Nice governor gets what he got by obediently acting the advice of his enemies and went ahead to withdraw a formidable case he has against enemies of his government. On the part of a president, it's just a man who careless about due process rule and rule of law, unreal in all his dealings. The APC government actually suspended the election governor for a year because by law, such a constitutional declaration ought to be more of like a sentence which in turn counts night and day. But we are in a thuggery regime, anything goes. But voices are being silenced on daily basis, either being compromised through bribery or by violence through intimidation. But one thing is certain, which they have successfully fought and win the unity of Nigerians. If Nigerians can unite, no Nigerian politician would boast of delivering his polling unit, let alone his local government, not to talk of a state. The only problem Nigerians face in bid for these heights is the Nigerian security forces who were supposed to protect the masses, but because of compromise, the Nigerian politicians have bought them over at their tools to do their bidding against the law-abiding people whom they are supposed to protect. But the righteous God would intervene to save his people, for justice alone comes from his throne. He was not elected. His throne is the only permanent throne, yet love comes from him. Justice proceeds from him in all judgments. You all, let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. Let's take this very interesting comment. It says, Emmanuel Okoye says, why ending the military takeover? Because they've got what they wanted, stupid people in power. Mambo says, compensation for the job well done. Thunderstorm says, if not me, I no go come out too. Looting of public funds is very sweet too. Thunder fire all over now. Yo, let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. Thank you very much for listening and watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.